Hi, I'm Kent Stock, principal at Oak Ridge Middle School in Marion, Iowa.
Hi, I'm Dan Ludwig. I'm a K-5 principal in the Linn-Mar School District.
Hi, I'm Janelle Steichen. I'm the SAM in our building. We have a building that is K-8. We have almost 1,000 students.
My name is Carol Lensing and I'm the state coordinator for the SAM project in Iowa. We've been involved in the SAM project here in Iowa for a little over a year, and Linn-Mar schools, for which Oak Ridge is one of those, or two of those buildings actually, were the first schools that came on board with our project in Iowa.
14 years ago I got into education so I could work with kids. I wanted to make a difference. I enjoyed working with kids. I wanted to see the future of kids in Iowa and the country continue to grow. I liked it so much I thought I'd get into administration, because I thought I could make a difference with kids and also staff. I'm working with more and more kids. And then as the day-to-day events continue to go on, my life started getting bogged down at work. Spent more and more time in the office, more and more time away from kids.
The main focus of my job was managing the building. It hit me one day a year and a half ago, when my daughters who go to Oak Ridge School, they said to me one night, they said, "Dad, we never see you at school. What's going on?"
My day would start, I'd check voicemail, email, then I'd go work with some busing issues because students would come in and I'd have to take care of the discipline of anything that happened on the buses, check the students coming in. So I used to spend at least half, if not more, of my day just with discipline of students.
I remember going to that first meeting and hearing the presentation on the school administrative manager, and I was sold from day one. I said, this is something that I can see work at Oak Ridge Middle School.
They agree, first of all, to have baseline data done on the principal for 1 week, where they have a shadow with them for a whole week.
When we did the first shadow, before we started the school administrative manager position, we went through the week of being shadowed, and Carol came back with my results a couple, 3 weeks after that, and was almost embarrassed to say, Kent, we're not being judgmental, but here's your data. And she pointed out to me that I spent 12% of my day, 12% of that week in instruction, the other 88% in management.
The daily meetings are absolutely essential to the success of the project, because the daily meetings give the SAM and the principal a chance to talk about calendar, to make modifications to the prior day or days, to plan for things that are coming up, to also provide the principal time to ask the SAM to schedule some things for them, as the SAM's role is really to protect that principal's time and to help them find the time to be instructional leaders, and the scheduling of their time is an important piece of that.
I had emailed all the teachers earlier this week talking about the first and second year teachers. I need to do their second round of evaluation. I emailed all of them. I told them
the daily meetings that I have with each principal, I think those are key to the success of this program. It keeps us on the same page, and it lets them know what I've been doing so that they're not completely out of touch, but it still allows them the majority of their time in the classroom and working with teachers and students.
Another thing that I have, if you could get in touch with Norma, I've been getting into the core teachers classes and doing some co-teaching. I'd like to get into the exploratory classes, and I want to start with Norma in family consumer science, and then work into Tim with the industrial arts class, industrial tech, and with Kelly in computers. She also does art, so it's a kind of a crossover, but somewhere in either one of those. They're both in the exploratory range, so just try to work those in. Again, that may come after the February time period with second round of evaluations.
And I'll just email them and ask them for times.
Yes.
Okay.
And the majority of the time I have now is in the classroom, working with teachers, team meetings, co-teaching, working with students, and getting back to why I got into education.
With all the snow, one thing that we need to, between the two of us, do a better job of is working through with the custodians and knowing who they report to. Right now they're leaving me notes, and then I'm turning around and taking them to you. But this was a note that they talked about that is something that we need to address with the snow removal on that back path that goes to the north extension
Right.
and having troubles with a lot of parents are upset about it's not being cleared in a timely manner.
Okay.
So I just, if you could talk to Charlie and work with Charlie on, bring those issues to you, that way it's direct communication. He's bringing those issues to me and I'm referring him to you, and it's
Yep.
what did he say, and it's three-party, this way
Okay.
it'd be more direct. And I know that that's a change for them, and they've worked hard, and they reported to me for so long, and now
Yep.
for the last year it's been a change, and with the staff changing.
Yeah.
So
I just met with Charlie and Joni last night on work orders.
Okay.
And so what I told them is I was going to try and set up even a weekly work order day, and that could be a day that we touch base on things that they know we're going to regularly meet. They really liked that idea, so we're going to try it and see if it works.
I think that'd be great.
Okay.
One of the best things that the SAM project has done for me is that it's changed how I'm viewed as a principal with the students. The students see me in a different light. They see me as a person that's in the classroom all the time. They see me as a person that is helping them with an assignment. It's co-teaching in their class. It's seeing me in a different light than the disciplinarian, the person that's handing out detentions, or the person that's supervising the lunch. I've really enjoyed that transformation from how I'm viewed by the students. So you have a discipline issue, anything that I need to be made aware of?
I think I'm a little concerned about Alex, and I am going to turn that one over to Shay as an interventionist, because I think as I saw him sitting out here, he's pretty upset but isn't willing to share it with anybody. So I'm going to talk to Shay about that and see if she can set up some times to meet with him.
And he's been here, and
He's been checking in every day with me.
So you're checking with him.
And he waits for
Wonderful.
me the last 2 days, and I said, I will talk to
Wonderful.
Mr. Ludwig and see how much longer we need to do this.
Okay.
So we can talk about that.
Great.
He's been very good
And
about it.
I've seen him in class.
And I
Positive,
ask
happy.
him, and I ask him every day how the bus rides are going, at
Good.
night and the next morning. Great.
Good.
So that's
Good.
that's a very positive. That's good
He's
to
a
hear.
lot. He's changed a lot.
Yeah. I deal with the discipline of the students. I'm their first contact, and that's what I tell them. So they come to me first on any discipline issues. I also supervise before school. I supervise the buses at the end of the day and lunches, which gives me a time to interact with the students in a more informal way, so that it's not always a bad thing to come and see me. I have other time that I can get out and see them and make a different connection with them, so they're kind of getting a different view of administrators, and I think that's really good for them, and it's actually been very positive. I've been able to build relationships with them. The drama club production, we set up tentative dates. I didn't bring it up in our meeting this morning because I wanted to wait for sure, but just so you know, they're looking way late in May because they wanted to avoid all sports. So at the end of May. I was also in on scheduling building activities as far as our schedules, dealing with the K-5 schedule and a middle school schedule, teachers' schedules, lunch schedules, a rotation for that and how it works together with specials. They'll set up, that's
How
the
many
thing.
shows are there?
2 shows, and I think it's 2 casts, like 1 show each. So
Okay.
the thing is, they'll set up Wednesday after school, so PE, hopefully we outside, because they're gonna stay set up like we've done in the
Okay.
past. So this is plenty of notice, they were gonna talk to
Okay.
PE.
I'll say, could we?
I'm scheduling Saturday tournaments. I have overtime schedules in the teacher workroom for the custodians, and there was another one added in April, so I'll put that one up. I haven't had a problem filling those though, but
Perfect.
they've been signing up right away.
Let's look in next week's schedule.
Okay.
I have some additions, and just make sure that
Okay.
they're in. Beth Goldberg's post-conference was supposed to meet with her this morning at 8. We rescheduled that for Tuesday at 8 o'clock due to the situation that
Okay.
came up. And one of the things that we put in out of it, being in her observation, she's doing a mystery book novel unit, and I asked if I could be a part of a group. So that will be at 10:51 on next Wednesday, 10:51 to 11:35, that 4th grade class. And then again on Wednesday, January 30th, 4th mod, and Thursday, 4th mod, February 7th. So she's assigning me a book. I will read that book, and I'll just be a part of one of the teams, one of the 7th grade teams in her class. So
Great.
she presented all the books, and the kids then had to create a 1 through 4. So I was
Choice.
excited listening to her talk about the books, and I said, I want to read this book, and so she came down today and said, would you be on a team? So that would be
Great.
nice.
So you'll be in on like the discussions
Yep.
about what they read.
Everything
That's
that
awesome.
the kids are doing, and just working with the group, and she's, I believe, is going to strategically put me in a group she thinks will be beneficial.
Benefit, yeah.
I also have an IEP meeting that was moved due to the snow.
Yep.
The 18 feet of snow that we received the other day. But that's 3 o'clock next Wednesday, and that'll be Austin's IEP with Patty.
Okay.
3 o'clock. Those are the only changes that have just happened as I've been around, so.
There might be a change with Carol's meeting on Monday, the 21st, due to when data comes back.
When I come to for the monthly meeting at the buildings, I basically do a variety of things. I am there for support and also to challenge the teams, the SAMs and principals that are in place in the buildings. And so as a part of that, in my visit, it are included things like I sit in on an actual daily meeting so I can observe exactly the interactions between the principal and the SAM. I review the most recent data on the principal's use of time.
That's all I have schedule-wise. I did print just a couple reports. I printed December, what you were doing daily in December, and what you've done so far in January daily is behind it. Just if you wanted to compare sometime, we don't have to do that now. And then the last page is the annual report.
So how am I doing?
Instructional-wise, you're way up
Good.
for what we're doing. I think there's some areas though that you could look at and decide which ones you want to focus on, and I can work with the teachers and get you in their classrooms.
So the daily meeting is also a chance then for the principal to see how their data looks, and to maybe look at the different criteria and descriptors and make judgment as to whether they would like to work on one or two of those in particular, so that they can make that change and really work on that within the next month.
You have graphs for me?
Yes, I do. What I printed was December and then January, so you could get an idea where you were in December and what you've done so far in January, and what areas maybe
Okay. Oh, so
you need to focus on. And then, just so you know, the last page is monthly, so that it'll show you from August. So really, we just want to focus on these. I thought this was interesting, the planning curriculum assessment, because that's what you're doing in your team meetings, so that's how that's getting coded.
Okay.
So if you're doing something different, let me know, because I can code that differently. But
What are you noticing that I'm missing out on?
celebrations, it's something you could put in there, I think. It would be pretty simple. And
So I wonder if we're missing because I'm meeting but it's not taking a lot of time. Teachers are giving me names of students, and I'm
Yes.
talking, but it's
Yes.
like short amounts of time.
but it's
I'll have
kind
to
of
start talking
celebrating
about it.
what they've done, then let me
Achievement
know,
and
and I can put it
academic
in.
things.
I thought that's probably what was happening on that. Same with feedback. I think you're giving more than what you're telling me,
Oh, yeah.
because you give feedback to teachers. I've seen you even just outside their classroom. So let me know, and I'll plug it in, because I think
Okay.
that's not representative. I think that was more what I noticed on your graphs than anything. It's not necessarily areas you need to do more in. It's just I think you are, and not,
Okay.
you just need to communicate it.
I noticed an area where I'm really low that maybe you can help me with, and is the celebration.
Yep. Okay. Any grade level, it doesn't matter. You want me to just pick maybe a couple teachers and?
Yeah, that'd be
Okay.
something. And again, even encouraging me, because there's a lot of times where I'm in the classroom and it's a perfect opportunity to pull a couple kids and say, hey, great job you did
Yep.
on this assignment. I need to just be encouraged more and reminded
Can do
to do more of the celebration.
I can set up some lunches. Would you be interested in that with kids to talk about?
Yes, that would be
Okay.
a perfect way to
Okay.
do that. I know a lot of the kids. I know when I was a kid, I think that would have been a punishment to eat lunch with the principal, but it seems like today the kids really enjoy that.
They do.
So
Okay.
good.
I can do that.
All right, I think we're set.
All right, then if I need to touch base with you, I can find you later today.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
The project is a very exciting one. It's really expanded a lot in Iowa, and I think the real value in the program is, preparing up front the readiness activities that are done in the buildings prior to the principal and SAM coming on board, the training that's done with the SAM and principal, obviously the data collection and the ongoing use of data, and then I think the role of the time change coach in coming to meet with those principals and SAMs on a regular basis is really essential to the success of the program for support and challenge and resources.
My life, in the mornings especially, has changed drastically from almost pure management discipline to a little bit of management, and then out in the day and figuring out what the teachers need to make them successful in their classrooms.
We've now been through a year and a half of this position, and I can tell you that it's been wonderful. I can't thank the people enough that they helped save my career as a principal, and I encourage everyone to talk with their school administrators and their superintendents, that if they have anything that they'd like to ask, I'd be more than happy to tell them that this has been a lifesaver for me.
A lot of the things that happened since Janelle's been on board have been nothing but positive. We still have our meetings once in a while. There's some things that come up and we need to discuss, but it's down to maybe a couple of 15-minute meetings a day, and the majority of the time I have now is in the classroom, working with teachers, team meetings, co-teaching, working with students, and getting back to why I got into education. I truly love what I do. I love it now again, and it's a great profession.
I think about the prior 15 years of being a principal, how I made it without a SAM.